Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off by Sampler Platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler Review series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't really intending to review this, but it exists, and I saw it, and so here we is. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, got to throw up the metal horns because I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? Happens to be my my 7 Dust shirt. Yeah, it's a cool shirt. This was off of their Machine Killer tour that they co-headlined with Static X. I got to see this one a couple years ago. At the time I'm doing this. I mean, if you're unfamiliar with 7 Dust, they're a band that's been doing it for quite a while. They're often considered to be part of, like, the nu metal run of things. Although, to me personally, they've never, like, their stuff doesn't sound like innately nu metal. You know, they have sort of more of an alternative kind of metal vibe. But, you know, I mean, fuck it, they're a great band. I've been fortunate enough to see them live a couple times now. I saw them once when they were performing with Cold Chamber a whole bunch of years ago. And like I said, I recently-ish got to see them with Static X. I actually got some videos of their performance that I attended, Static X one anyway. Those videos are on my channel, in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because, hey, 7 Dust are just badass. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why was I not intending to review it? Well, I wasn't intending to review it because, like, it just wasn't on my radar. I literally just stopped in. I wanted to get some Sprite plus tea, which I've reviewed, by the way. You can look up my review. I am, like, kind of obsessed with this stuff now. But I stopped out at a place called Thorntons, which is a chain of gas stations. And I reviewed some stuff from Thorntons in the past. Turns out they had a new item. So, what am I reviewing for you? What are we doing here? It happens to be, boom, it's some pizza, specifically of the barbecue chicken variety. Ooh, and like I said, this is a new thing. I had reviewed their other pizzas. They're like sausage, pepperoni, cheese. Even did their breakfast pizza. So, like, they're keeping it rolling. And, yeah, man. Saw this and was like, yeah, I can get down with that. So let's get a thing for the thing here. It looks like that. Not terrible looking. Let's go. Ha 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 ha! Try out some gas station pizza. It's not bad. It's definitely very similar to other barbecue chicken pizzas I've had in the past. The barbecue sauce, probably the biggest player in terms of the flavors. It is of the sweeter variety, but it's still got some richness to it. If you watch my channel, you know, you might know, when it comes to barbecue sauces, I prefer like smokier, richer versus sweeter ones, but I'm not against the sweet ones. And yeah, I mean, this one works pretty well. It's got a decent flavor to it. The chicken itself, not anything amazing, but you're getting some decent chunks of it. I mean, I'm not mad at it. In general, I think that the Thorntons pizza has been pretty successful. And credit where it's due, too. I mean, like, I've seen, like, the people working there, like, actually doing prep stuff and everything. You know, so it's not just something that comes in a box. They're actually putting these pizzas together on site. That's definitely a credit to them. How does this particular pizza handle, though? It's not bad. I would actually say I think this is one of the better ones I've had from them. I think the addition of the barbecue sauce definitely helps. And I think they chose a good barbecue sauce for it. It's definitely very similar, again, to like other, barbecue chicken pizzas that I've had in the past. And the sauce is definitely part of that. They tend to use sweeter ones. And in this case, like, it's not obnoxiously sweet or anything. It works out nicely. They didn't overdo it. It's not bad. Like, the pizza itself, it's kind of middle of the road. As far as gas station pizza goes, it's definitely above, it's above the average for what you're going to get. But at the same time, I wouldn't put it in, like, the upper echelon of, like, some of the other stuff that's available. But it's not bad. And I think that, it does what a barbecue chicken pizza is supposed to do. The chicken itself was a little bit, not terribly impressive, but it wasn't bad. So, yeah, I mean, it's a gas station pizza that, to Thorntons' credit, I feel like they managed to elevate it a little bit, again, above, like that normal gas station average. It doesn't really compare against, like, proper pizza, but two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Sure and sure. Like, I'm not going to go over there again. I would never get this in place of real pizza. But, I do go to Thorntons semi-regularly. I don't go there as often as I used to, but, sometimes I'm making my way through. Maybe I just want to go over there and pick up, again, something like a drink or get a little gas. This isn't a bad option for, a lunch or something like that. I can get down with it, and again, I do think this is one of their better executed flavors, specifically because it just has a little bit more going on. Whereas with some of the more basic ones, it's a little bit too obvious, some of the flaws, and, that's just kind of my way of looking at it. But, yeah, I mean, I can see grabbing it again. It's not bad. If I'm recommending it, though, sure. Like I said, I think for me, this is definitely one of their better pizzas that they put out. And I think that, obviously barbecue chicken pizza is not going to be for everybody. But I think that if you're already familiar with those flavors, it does that admirably in the way that it's executed. And maybe if you're not that familiar with it as a flavor combination, although I wouldn't use this as a benchmark or even necessarily say it should be your first experience, it's not terrible for what it is. So, on a convenience level, if you happen to find a Thorntons, they happen to have one out and it's nice and fresh, give it a go. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks over there have themselves a truly barbecue pizza-tastic rest of your life. Because, hey, then, some people don't, you have your purists, of course, but they can like what they like. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and, just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, if you actually go over there and try out any of the Thorntons pizza, let me know your take on it. I did have one person who commented on one of my previous reviews, and, that individual stated that he personally felt that it was the best gas station pizza available. And, to be fair, depending on where you're at, what your personal tastes are, that might be the case. It certainly hasn't been that way for me, but it's, not bad for what it is, so, but I'd be interested to hear what you all have to say. Anyway,